done a great job installing our own PostgreSQL on our local system. And now we have access to the PG admin IDE, which is a management tool for PostgreSQL. This is where we're going to create our own database. First, we need to look at the left side. There is a server options that we have here. We click on the arrow on its side. We will get a pop-up window that requests us to put in our password. I'll add my password. Remember, the password that is requested here is the one that you used while installing the PostgreSQL. Now I have access to what is within the post PG admin that's under the server options that we have on the left side here. When you start the PG admin first, you have a database that is already created that comes with the installation. That's the Postgres. This is a default database, but we're going to create our own. We have two options of creating our own database. The first option is to right click on the database menu under the server option. Then we select the create. Then you have a pop-up. There is another menu that allows you to create your own database. I'll click on this option. Then will give it a name. Let's say my first DB. Okay. We'll leave the other options there for now. So we select save. Now we have our own database and it comes with a lot of options under it. We have the cast, catalog, we have the schemas where our table is going to be. And this is where the tables are. Right now, we don't have anything under it. The second option is for us to do kind of create our own database by using SQL query or SQL program. If we right click on any of these database or the default database that we have here, we'll have access to what we call query tool. So click on this. This gives us a window where we can add our own query. There's a SQL query that will create our database for us. The query is a means of communicating with the PG admin without using the normal right clicking that we used earlier. So we can just type in the syntax, which is very simple, just create, like create, okay, then followed by what do we want to create? In this instance, we want to create a database. So we use database. Try and maintain this way of typing in your query using the capital letter for the keywords in your query. So the create is one of the keywords that you can use in your query. We'll get to meet some other keywords as we go along. Database is the next one. Now we want to add like a variable, just like what we're familiar with in R. We can now use a small letter or a capital letter as we choose. So here I want to use my second DB. Or any query that you want to create, when you complete writing the query, just try and maintain using the semicolon to close that query that you have already done with the query is a single line query or program. Now we've stopped here by using the semicolon. All we need to do is now use one of these options. Is either you want to execute the query or you want to execute the script. This is a script. What we have, the window here, we can save our script or we can decide to just execute, let your cursor be here and then you execute the query. Most of the time you might want to go with executing the script, but be careful, but can also stick with executing the query. You have a pop-up that states, do you want to run this query? And it's selecting the query that we have here. You can have multiple queries in the ID, in the query tool. but it's selecting one where our cursor is. So what I will just select is continue. That is the query that I want to run. And it's going to create a new database for us. It's not available here, but you can just right click and refresh. And now we have the second DB available in our options here under the database. So this is where we'll stop for creating our database. The next video, we'll look at creating the entities within our database.